Hi guys, welcome to my channel and thank you guys so much for watching this video. Some of you might not know that I am a huge fan of Murumuru, and lately I've been getting this urge to do like a Hwasa inspired makeup look, and I like Hwasa is my favorite out of the four, but of course I love all four of them. And today I'm just gonna draw some inspirations from Hwasa and kind of recreate her look on my face. And this is no way of saying that I look like her, but I just love her and her style. She's got swag, she's super fun, and she's very different from the like typical idols or typical, celebrity. She's dark skinned, tan, with long dark hair. She's very sexy, which is really hard to find in K-pop. So, and even her eye makeup has gathered a lot of attention in Korea, with like the heavy eyelashes and then like the underlining. She wears like very bold lips, which I love. She's very into that like Instagram type of trendy looks. So I'm just trying to create that on myself and see how it looks. So as you guys can see, I already did my base makeup. I only have like foundation. I have some eyebrows on. I already prepped my eyelids. I cut my eyebrows with some concealer just because those are the steps that I always do, and I use the same product every single time, so I felt like it was boring. So I'm gonna use the Morphe and JACLYN Hill palette. This is the, which one is it? Oh, Ring the Alarm. So this has a lot of warm tones, which I see Hwasa use a lot. She uses a lot of like oranges, like chocolatey browns, medium browns, mostly matte colors. She doesn't use a lot of shimmers on her eyes. So this color story is like what I'm trying to go with. Guys, I'm gonna start off with the color Rush. That'll be my transition color. With this color, I'm gonna use the Morphe JACLYN Hill JH number 30. It's like a big brush for like transition color. And this color is gonna be like all over my lid, kind of like a wash of this like peachy brownish color. It's not gonna be concentrated in certain area. So let me tell you a story about like how I got into Murumuru in the beginning, and this was fairly recently. I don't know if you guys know, I've been into K-pop since like high school or middle school, I should say. So my cousin got me into K-pop. And this was like back when like X-Men and Love Letter, like I used to watch just those are the main like variety shows. They're the only the hot boy band was like Big Bang, and then I'm kind of like Big Bang 21 era, and right now there's just so many like K-pop groups, and they just look so similar, and you just never know which one's which, and there's just so many members in a group. Like there's this one group with like 17 boys in it. And after high school, I kind of stopped the K-pop craziness because I kind of like lost my life. Like I wouldn't sleep and I would just watch dramas all night. I wouldn't do my homework, and it was just kind of like interfering with my, my day-to-day life. But then there wasn't nothing like interesting going on in K-pop anyway. So like Big Bang kind of became like not so active, and 21 they become not so active, and then there wasn't much else that I was like, oh, these are interesting for me, because they just all look the same, all the cutesy stuff, and I was just like, no, I'm not. I'm more about like badass like hip-hop, something interesting that's different than any other group. So it wasn't much of that happening in K-pop scene. So I just kind of naturally like stopped watching movies and stuff, because I'm the type like if I commit to a movie, then I just have to finish it. Like if I start with like first episode, then I gotta finish it. So then it would be better if I just don't start on a movie at all. But then recently I've been into like back into K-pop just because I keep hearing this like groups that are hot. So I got into BTS and I like really into them. I even like tried to get their concert ticket, but they was sold out. And then I like saw these videos about like Hwasa, and I was like, oh, like who's this new person? I've never seen her before. So I started watching her like variety shows, like interviews and stuff, and I was like, oh, she's actually dope. Like she's actually really cool. Like really like just herself, nothing like pretending to be anything else. So then I got into Murumuru, and I was like, oh, their song is like really catchy. And then I got into all of their songs and new songs, their new Go Go Bebe, and like everything else. And then I was like, first like Hwasa was my like, she like grabbed my attention with her like dark long hair and just like her sexiness and her body. And I was like, ooh, she's not like skinny like any other girl groups. She's not like starving herself, which was like, oh, that's actually cool. Like she looks like really dope, like a real girl. Okay, so back to my makeup. Now I'm gonna go in with this mugshot color. I'm gonna take this color on a JH33 brush. It's more like concentrated, so this I'm concentrating on the like more hollows of my eyes, if you will. So right underneath where that bone is, I'm just concentrating that. And then with the leftover, I'm just gonna go around my eyes just to blend it out. So once I do that for both of my eyes, I kind of have to check my eyes because sometimes they're just so uneven, and then it looks even in person, but then on camera, some reason, I guess camera just picks up on something that you won't see in real life. So I'll like check and then like double check and triple check, but then even then, like I see my eyes are uneven, especially my eyeshadow. So I have to like really make sure everything is blended, everything is even, because this eye is way more rounder and this eye is more like slanted, so it looks like I'm like, you know, cross-eyed. So I have to make sure that's taken care of. So for the top of my eye, this is all I'm gonna do. For my under eye concealer, I'm just gonna use the Kylie, what is this called, skin concealer in Maple. And since Hwasa is more like tan, then I'm not gonna like do too much of a highlight with my like lighter concealer. I'm gonna take this concealer and just kind of like make it as like a eraser. You know, like draw clean, sharp line. And you could even go more higher up with this line. Hwasa has her like tail like up, like to the gods. So, but I don't think it'll look good with my eye shape, so I'm just gonna make it more flattering for my eyes. And once I have gotten that, then I'm just gonna go in with my Real Techniques beauty blender here. I mean, it's the makeup sponge. And sometimes if I have like leftover concealer, I blend my contour with it, because my contour can be sometimes too harsh or too like orangey for me. So especially like around my mouth area, I like it looking more lighter because I have a lot of like dark scars here, so it can make it look more like shadowy, and you know, it can look like I have a beard on. So that's that. And then I'm just gonna set my center of my face with some powder, and I'm using my Mercier as I always do. This is like the only powder that works for me, just because I have a very oily skin, so it lasts me all day. Once I set it, I don't have to touch it up. So that's that. I kind of want to try other powders. I heard there's this Airspun powder that's really good, that's really inexpensive. So I kind of want to find that. The last time I tried to find that powder in like Walmart, I couldn't find it. I think they were either sold out or they didn't carry it. I think only like some Walmarts carry those. So now I'm gonna kind of fix the eyeshadow again, just because sometimes the concealer gets your eyeshadow kind of more diluted. So if you want to make it brighter again, this is nothing extra. This is what I had left over on the brush. So now I'm gonna work on the bottom eyelid, but as you guys know, she does this like straight line through her bottom's eyelid, so I'm gonna try to do that. I'm not sure if it's gonna look good on me, but it looks so good on her. Like, it looks so like attention grabbing. So you can kind of decide on like how far you want to drag this. Sometimes she has it dragged out a little bit, sometimes she like drags it out all the way, so depends on your taste. And if you don't have like a angled brush, then you can just get like a lip brush, something just flat. I'm gonna get a darker color, it's called Secret, and just kind of make it more prominent. And then I'm gonna use the same color, Secret, and the same angled brush, and use it as an eyeliner. Okay, so now you kind of have like an outline with the eyeliner, with the eyeshadow eyeliner, but you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, and it's a little bit more forgiving. So if you're not good at like putting on like black eyeliner straight away, and you tend to mess up, then it's good to start out with like an eyeshadow first and then draw over it. So that's kind of like what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna use the Stila. This is Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. And this is like the best eyeliner I've tried. It's really flexible, and some eyeliners, the tip is so like stiff that you can't like freely move your hands, and it doesn't like work with your flow. And sometimes, like, you know, it's too flexible where it's just like slipping all around and there's no control. So this is like the perfect tip. And also the formula is like super waterproof. It doesn't budge, doesn't move, especially if you have like an Asian eye where everything transfers underneath. Then this is kind of like the best eyeliner. So I'm just gonna create like a small wing with this because she always wears like a dark eyeliner. Now I want to go back to my eyeshadow. I noticed Hwasa has like a little bit of more definition at the corner of her eyes, so I'm just gonna do that. All you need is like a pencil. I'm gonna grab this is my Sonia Kashuk, or is it Soho? It has S-O-H-O on it. I got this from Target like 10 years ago. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that same color, Secret, just like a chocolatey brown, like dark chocolate brown, and just gonna concentrate it right at the beginning of my eyelid. See that crease? So I'm just gonna kind of buff it into there, so when I close my eyes, you see there's a definition right there. And then same color, same kind of definition at the end of my crease right here, connecting to the eyeliner. And I'm just using very small like strokes, kind of going back and forth. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. Alright, so now the center of my eyes look like lighter, so you get that like halo effect. And you can even pop a center color, like lighter shimmery color, but I'm just gonna stick with mattes today. I'm gonna throw on a little bit of mascara. This is my favorite mascara right now. This is COVERGIRL. It's total Tease waterproof. And the brush on this is very unique, so it's kind of hard to get used to when you use it at first. It's just so messy, but when you learn to use it, it's like the best formula, the best waterproof mascara that I've personally used before. So the brush is nothing like nylon or anything. There's all plastic, and it almost looks like a brush, like the plastic brush for your hair. So it kind of like combs through, separates your lashes. And this little brush at the top, so if you guys can see, and this is for the like front and back, the tiny lashes that it's really hard to get to. And now you can apply false eyelashes. I'm kind of contemplating between which lashes to use. This is the one I created and designed. It's human hair. It's pretty dramatic and short. They're more wispy. And then this one is like super natural. I don't know if you guys can see that. Very short, very natural. So I don't know, I feel like for this look and to go with Hwasa's look, I should do this one because she uses like pretty dramatic eyelashes. These are like the most comfortable lashes in my opinion, and anytime I use any other lashes, it's just so uncomfortable. They're too heavy for me, or they like poking at my corners, and then like I get a headache really easily. If anything is blocking my vision, then I guess my eyes are very sensitive. So I created these specifically for like Asian eyes, because most like American type of lashes, they're too curvy, and they're too heavy for me, so they kind of block my vision. Like I can't see fully, and then my eyes are stressed because they're trying to see, and then I get a headache, and like every time I blink it just feels so heavy, you know. And even the band is super thick, so they poke at me, they hurt, super uncomfortable. So if you are looking for like really comfortable lashes, very lightweight but still dramatic and wispy, and looks like you got extensions done rather than you have false eyelashes, because the band on these are clear, so you can't, it looks like it's growing out of your skin. Alright, so I'm back from putting some lashes on. So as you guys saw, I put the human hair lashes here. It's more dramatic, it's more like Hwasa style. And then I cut these little, so I don't know if you guys can see, this is the more natural one that I was gonna do, but I used these for the bottom eyelashes. So I cut them up and put it on on like the center, like right underneath my pupil. I only did 3 little pieces. I cut them up pretty small, just like the individual ones, and so they're easier to place and it's more natural. Now my face is looking pretty fair, so I'm gonna use the butter bronzer that I have. In here I have butter bronzer. This is the Milk Chocolate from Too Faced. It's the travel size, and then I think this is the Something with Bunny from Too Faced also. I used to have like the little travel kit, so I just put it in here and I kind of like mix all 3 of them. This one that's half and half has like a shimmer to it, so it's really nice, like healthy glowy bronzer. So I'm gonna grab my, this is JHO2 bronzer brush, and just kind of dip into the butter bronzer, this matte one, first, and just go over my contour line. So Hwasa has pretty high cheekbones, so I'm just kind of trying to mimic that. And this is what I use on a daily basis. It's these 3 bronzers. I don't like to contour with something heavy or dark. It just does not look good with my face shape, because I don't have like a very chiseled bone structure to begin with. So I go in with something more like a bronzer to do my contouring. It just creates more like a natural shadow instead of like lines on my face. So sometimes when you have like more of a rounder face, it's good to just enhance your bone structure rather than creating something that does not look good with your bone structure. Okay, so with the same bronzer, I'm gonna define my nose a little bit. Again, I don't contour my nose that much. I just define it, create more shadow from my eyebrow all the way to the tip. And I use this Morphe brush, which has like a pointed, hold on. It's a blending brush, but it has a pointed tip, so it creates more of a clean line, but it's still like blended out. And I always do the tip, just because it can look so unfinished. So I kind of create more shadow on the side and just blend it up like that. And it's up to you how dark you want to go. I don't like to go too dark, but if I have nothing on my nose, it just looks so blank in the center. And if you think it's too dark, then you can always go back to your beauty blender, which has a little bit of concealer, and just kind of blend the sides. I always like to blend my powder contour as well, just with nothing extra with the product already on here. And this is kind of damp, not too damp where it'll take your foundation off, but it just kind of is good to press it in or blend your harsh lines, just like that. For blush, what should I do? I think she does more of a brown blush, so I'm gonna use the JACLYN Hill and BECCA palette, and I love this center color. It's almost like a contour color, but it has, oh, where is it here? It's almost like a contour color, but it has a little bit of like orangey coral tint, so it works as a blush for me. And for blush, I'm gonna try a new technique. Usually I just use the Morphe E4 and kind of like swipe it on, but recently I saw somebody on Instagram dip into the brush, dip into the blush with this kind of like round blush and kind of like pat it. So, ooh, that kind of looks pretty. And then I also just kind of, whatever is remaining on my brush, just to like distribute it all over my face to have more of a cohesive makeup look. This palette, you already have the Champagne Pop, which you can see the pan. I'm gonna mix it in with the Prosecco Pop and create like this mixture. I always go in with this, what is it? Morphe JACLYN Hill JH06. It's like a highlighter brush, but normally you know how people have like a more of a stripe or more like a concentrated highlight. I don't know why it doesn't look good on me, because I don't have like a pointy cheekbone. I have more of a rounder cheekbone, so I kind of like to go in with a little bit bigger brush. know what I like to do? I also just grab whatever's left over and like do my temples. So from the side, it just looks like I have a healthy glow. So I do this like C like this. And then of course if you put too much, you can always, I like to spray and then dab it. So, and this is the Witch Hazel spray. And then like I just kind of dab it in. It makes it like more skin-like, and it also takes some of the extra highlighter away. It doesn't look so powdery. It just kind of melts it into your skin, which is, I like the look of that. Yeah, this is a Mary Jo K from Kylie. It's the only red I have right now available. So I'm just gonna line my lip. I love the Kylie lip liners, but the one thing I hate about it is they're so loose that they just come out like this. It's so annoying, and I feel like, I don't know how their quality is now, but I got this one when Kylie first started her company, but all of her eyeliner, if I like keep it like this, it just comes out. So it's so annoying, so I always have to like push it before I use it. Now I'm just gonna use the Huda Beauty. This is Liquid Matte in Heartbreaker. This is my favorite color from their collection. And this is completely matte, which works for Hwasa's makeup. Whew. So I think this makeup will look good with any kind of lip color. As I said before, Hwasa likes to sometimes do like nudes, or like I've seen this color on her Twit video. Sometimes she does like burgundy or like really dark vampy lips on her performance. So it's just up to you, whichever color looks flattering on you and your skin tone. And today I chose this one just because it looks the most similar to the picture that I'm trying to recreate. I hope you guys like this video. As I said, it doesn't look exactly like her makeup, but this is just my inspiration and interpretation of her makeup look. And obviously I'm not the same person. I don't have the same face, so it's not gonna be totally the same. And this is just me kind of making it my own and wearable for my face. So I hope you guys really like this video. If you did, then you guys can of course subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below if you guys have any comments, suggestions, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!